So this is my yard. As you can see, there's already a Christmas tree here with lights on it. Inside, I have also decorated it. My plan is that I'm going to have some light strips along the top of the barge boards on the house, and there's another set of barge boards where I'm going to have icicle lights hanging off. And I'm also going to put icicle lights around the bay window. Then I'm going to have a slightly smaller tree next to the big tree. I'm going to use solar. Then I'm going to have a 240 cable running to my man cave. This will split off. One cable will go into the middle of the yard, providing power to the walkway lights and also a couple of inflatables. I'm also going to have a big Christmas tree here, lit up by solar lights. The other cable will go to the hedge and light up a sign. But for today, I just want to put up some icicle lights around the bay window. So, I'm going to get started. These are the lights I'm going to be using around the bay window. Let's see what this looks like at night, as this was the only thing I decided to put up today. Now that's a new day. What I want to do today is I want to set up the strip lights and also the icicle lights on the barge boards. So all I have to do is get the ladder out and get up onto the roof. Please do not attempt what you see in this video clip. I know what I'm doing, and I know how to safely get up and get on and off the roof without falling off the roof. If you want to have lights up on the side of your house, the best way to do it is with a ladder. If you don't have that option, or the ladder only reaches to one side of the roof, then get an adult to do it for you. Please do not attempt any of this yourself unless you absolutely know what you're doing. Now I need to sort out the wiring for the strip lights, as I need the controller hooked up in order for the strip lights to work. Now I'm just needing to do some cable management, as I want the controller and the cables to stay out of the rain as much as possible. Now that's everything that I wanted to do today. I can't do much as I'm still waiting on a couple of extension cords that should arrive tomorrow, along with the small tree I was talking about. Yay, it's Thursday, a new day to start fresh. Today I'm going to be putting up a bunch of solar lights on a pole and making them look like a Christmas tree, a big massive white colourful Christmas tree. And then I'm going to set up a small Christmas tree next to the medium-sized Christmas tree in the yard. There would have been more footage if I had remembered to charge my camera. So I used a different camera to film the finished design of the Christmas tree. Then I went ahead and started to put up another Christmas tree. Yes, I know that there are 3 Christmas trees in the yard, but who can have enough Christmas trees? Well, technically, there's going to be 4 later on because I've got an inflatable, but oh well, it doesn't count. After I fluffed and bustled around with the Christmas tree ends, it's now time to put on some lights. And here I am making sure that every little light bulb is facing down to make it look nicer. Then after I fluffed around with the ends of the trees, I decided to call it a day. So today I'm just going to do some wiring and I'm going to film my man cave with hay. The reason why I'm doing this is to recreate the scenes of when baby Jesus was born and they had to sleep in a barn. As you just saw, I ran an extension cord from the house to my man cave. This extension cord is going to be responsible for powering one of the lights that I'm setting up in my man cave and a couple of inflatables outside of my man cave, as well as the hedge, as I'm going to have a big RGB sign made out of RGB lights saying lights and arrows. This sign will be responsible for letting people know that there are lights for show. Anyway, back to the video. This extension cord that I've just placed down is going to power 2 inflatables and 2 sets of lights. I will not be setting these lights up in this video clip. As you can see, I just brought out a container. This is going to be a waterproof container that will house my extension cords, transformers for the inflatables, and for any other lights I plug in later on. Now I'm going to set up the inflatables and then I will organise the wires so that they're underground so the dogs, when they're playing, cannot run over the wires and break them or yank the wires out of the inflatables or the multi-board. The inflatables that I'm putting up are low voltage, so they're not a big harm if the wires, for whatever reason, get exposed to the dirt. And out comes Santa Claus, the next inflatable. Wow, that's a massive part done. Now all I have to do tomorrow is set up the lights that are going to be the path lights. So now I'm setting up the walkway lights, or path lights as I like to call it sometimes. I'm setting this up so people can walk around freely but not interact with any of the decorations in the yard. I'm doing this so no one can accidentally stand on a light and the whole set goes out, or on a solar panel. Just safety. So now I'm decorating up the hedge as I want it to be more welcoming to guests who decide that they want to come along and have a little walk through when the walkthroughs are available. Today I'm going to be putting up a lot of solar lights. I'm not putting up any 240 or 12 volt lights or low voltage lights today. All solar. Sadly, most of the lights that I set up were flat, so there's a few lights here that I have put up, but you won't be able to see at night. Until, of course, the next day once they've all charged up by the sun. And here I'm setting up some lights that look like lollipops, but also look like candy canes. I'm not sure what these are called. If anyone knows the name of this looking candy, let me know down in the comments. And that's another day well done. As you can see in this scene here, my dad's helping me, but I kind of pulled him in to helping me. If you're wondering what my dad's doing, he's trying to untangle a very knotted set of solar lights. And I'm putting some lights up on the tree, which you can barely see because of the very awkward area I had to put the camera. And up goes some more lights that you can't see because the camera's too far away. Oh well, let's see what it looks like at night. As you can see, the lights that I put up in the tree still haven't charged up. Oh well, I set them up pretty late, so I'm kinda not surprised. The lights that me and Dad were putting up on the bush that we couldn't see, well, they obviously don't have enough power because they aren't working either, but I managed to get them going for a split second before they died again. The next day I dressed up a community bus for the Christmas parade.
This van. Let's get started. See you at the Christmas parade.
Hey! I've got t-shirts! Let you know details soon. Let's continue on with the second half. Today I set up an extension cord. This extension cord is going to run to the hedge, which will provide power to a RGB sign that I made, which spells out lights with an arrow on both sides of the entrance, and some lights to go through the hedge. As you can see, it was quite a windy day today. Here I am plugging in the cable that connects the RGB sign up to 240 and also the lights that I'm going to put into the hedge pretty soon. Then I'm going to enclose these so they won't get wet in a takeaway waterproof container. Now I'm putting some lights on the hedge. Once I've plugged everything in and waterproofed everything to the best of my abilities, then I'll plug it into the main power supply in my man cave. Here I'm making sure that everything's plugged in and properly waterproofed as much as I can, and then I'm going to head over to my man cave and plug it into the power supply. Here I have a sand helicopter which I'm going to stab into the ground. Dad and I fixed this up as the old lights died on it during the weekend. I didn't film at Dad's as I didn't have any equipment there. If you're wondering what Mum and I are doing now, well, we're untangling the mass of solar panel cables, as this helicopter needs 5 solar panels because there are 5 different sets on this helicopter. You've got 2 blue icicle lights, you've got 2 white lights, and 1 candy cane coloured tube. Now I'm going to start filling in some of the dark spots, so it looks like there are more lights here than there ever was. Now I'm just going to be adding a few more lights to the man cave. Now I'm going to add some lights to the hedge. It's this side of the yard looks very dark. I was so motivated that I kept on setting up lights way past midnight. This tree also looked a bit dark, so I decided to change that and put some more lights up. And then the wind blew over my tripod. Eventually, once I realised that the camera had fallen over, I rescued it. Time for some cinematic shots of what's been set up. Cue the music. In the end, I wasn't satisfied with what I had already set up, so I set one more thing up. Okay, I'm finished. For tonight, anyway. So I was starting the day off as usual, and there was a surprise waiting for me in the man cave. I don't know who this was from, but thank you anyway. Some assembly was acquired for this one, but I didn't mind. It's a new decoration, and it looked awesome. Now there's just one more thing I need to sort out. As you can see, I'm digging a trench for this cable. I'm doing this so no one can trip over the cable, breaking my lights or themselves. In hindsight, putting strip lights up that aren't waterproof is not a very good idea. I thought they'd be fine until it rained, and they completely stopped working altogether. Damn. I'm officially saying that I have finished setting up my yard. I am going to be doing walkthroughs from 9 to 11 p.m. Some of the lights will be synced up to music on these days. Sadly, the music that I was playing at this time was all copyrighted, so here is a different type of music. Email me if you are keen to support me by buying a t-shirt. T-shirts are $25 each. Size is XXL. Email me at this email showing up on screen right now. Thank you.